Hi there, I'm just wanting to do a little video. Haven't done one in a few days, thing it's been, and I think I want to talk about meanings to things, and that there is no meaning, there is no, everything is just, there is a meaning and there isn't a meaning, because everything is within formlessness. Because that's where peak form is. It's like it's infinite interdimensional realities that mash together as one to create the beingness that we are. But that is within formlessness, which is an infinite consciousness, infinite potential. So when you're in infinite consciousness, potential, that means there isn't a meaning. It's like there's all these different people put titles on things and labels, and none of it exists at all, because we're just an infinite potential. But the labels come from asleep people, people who, they've got to put a label on something so they feel safe, uncomfortable. People like to do that because so they feel comfortable with something, and it happens all the time in our world, but when I awaken, for example, I say it all the time that my mind completely collapsed because everything that I thought was okay is completely turned around on its head, and because when you awaken, when I had the Awaken 24, I was awakened to the fact that form is formlessness. It's just consciousness, and you realise how ignorant people can be to actually. And like I always say, what I've been saying lately, that there isn't a yes or no to anything. There isn't a black or light. There isn't a yes or a no. There's just infinite potential. So you're never wrong, and you're never right. You see, it's everything is just like two that are just one, and the one is two. That's basically an example of how the divine consciousness is so intelligent, because it's basically playing against itself, you see. It's just playing against itself, infinite versions of itself. And that's what we are, just infinite versions. Everything is a different infinite version of you. And this leads to talking about the real I. The real I is everything that you perceive. But there's not a right or wrong. There's duality is non-duality, non-duality is duality. Form is within formlessness. It's just an infinity. It's like many people on the spiritual path have this illusion that they're going to go somewhere, but there's nowhere to go. People that are maybe early on, but there's nowhere to go. There's nothing. Just infinite, a forever consciousness. So you're never actually, that's an illusion, you're never going to get anywhere. There's nowhere to go. And when you let go of that, that's when you start return to your natural infinite abundant state, because you're returned to your divinity, and you're accepting for everything going on, and that's when we attract. The reason why you've got a world of everybody chasing, because that's been designed that way. But the thing that's above all that is the divine consciousness, and that's the global awakening, which is changing all this. And it's all meant. Everything's arranged. Everything's arranged by divine consciousness for your highest outcome and good. I get shown this all the time. I witness things, and I witness how all the time how everything is your healers, and everything in your experience is there to guide you. It's just that you're looking from the wrong angle. It's just that you're looking from an angle that is causing disharmony. When it's time to wake up, you start looking from the angle that everything is your healers. And what I'm experiencing all the time is I'm witnessing how everything is that. And this is ascending you. It's the witnessing that's ascending me and healing me. You know, without the actual witnessing of it, I wouldn't do anything. Whereas because I'm constantly getting shown things, and you know, you can't deny what you see. Anyway, I think I'll just end it there. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you.